Hey everybody, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for another devotional. We are today in John chapter 7. I'm going to read verses 40 through 43 in my scripture journal. I got some great notes over here for you today. I think you're going to enjoy it. It reads, when they heard these words, that's Jesus' teaching about the water, the living water, some of the people said, this really is the prophet. Others said, this is the Christ. But some said, is the Christ to come from Galilee? Has not the scripture said that the Christ comes from the offspring of David and comes from Bethlehem, the village where David was? So there was a division among the people over him. Imagine that. Now, Jesus, during his time, created a lot of conflict, but the way he does it is so fascinating. He never leads an angry mob up to a government building to form a protest. He never empowers religious zealots even to surge the Temple Mount in a riot. In fact, he sneaks up to a major event by himself, nonetheless, and starts just teaching publicly. And the teaching is so profound that it has people mesmerized. They are extremely conflicted at this moment. They can't figure out if this man is the prophet, the Christ, or some just random teacher from the outskirts of Galilee. And you know what? Since the day Jesus launched his ministry, he has had people conflicted ever since. Not because what he said and did didn't make sense, but because it did. It just didn't meet with their expectations, right? Now, even for me, I gotta let you know, there are things that Jesus said and did that still make my head spin. But I have come to discover that the limits of my own human understanding are always going to be at conflict at some point with Jesus's divine wisdom. The limits of my human understanding are only going to take me so far. And at some point, I got to choose. Either I trust his understanding or I trust mine. This is the human conflict. But I want you to know, in taking steps of faith over many, many years, I have come to discover that Jesus's teachings have never let me down. Not one single time. So I don't know where you're at today with some issue in your life, but I want to invite you to think about how you might handle that issue, like right now, and then find out what Jesus would do. And then take a leap of faith into the teachings of Jesus. Do what he says to do, and then do it the way he says to do it. And I promise, regardless of whatever conflict you face, he will never let you down. And you will leave less conflicted, by the way. I love you guys. I pray this has blessed you. If it has, share it with someone else. And I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.